Although if you like, whatever you like to do is fine. It's your ovation. You ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that we're energized, I'd like to ask you to do 3 things. You okay with that? Sure. Yeah. Okay. Just 3. I'd like you to meet some new people in the room, and the 3 things that I'd like you to do is when you meet them, I'd like you to tell them your name, and then I'd like you to say something positive about yourself, something you'd like to share, and then the 3rd thing is, what are you planning to do in the next week or 2 weeks that you would like to share with this person? Something positive, something good, something you're excited about. And if you don't have anything in mind yet, think of something you'd like to do. And maybe that'll become the reality. So I'd like you to find 3 different people when you do this, and we're going to do this quickly, so we're not going to spend a lot of time. Just your name, something positive about yourself, and something that you're planning to do within the next week or 2 that you would like to share with this person. Go to it. And don't talk to the people you already know. I heard a common thread. I heard people talking about change. So, I want to ask you, how many of you are experiencing change now? Who's not? Change is everywhere. And we change whether we like it or not. We change whether we like it or not. So change just happens, and it's something we can depend upon. I'm here tonight to talk to you about how you can look at change from a positive stance, how you can deal with change and transition, which is the inner part of change, and how you can move forward and help yourself to be more productive, more successful, and just get native land. Education, lifelong learning. You want to go back to school, there's many, many programs where we can do that. Or, it's my favorite, are you a carefree floater? A carefree floater. Well, it looks like we have a lot of carefree floaters in here. Yeah, isn't that nice? It's nice to think of things from a positive point of view, because again, change happens and we can't prevent it. With change and transition, which is the inner part of change, and how you can move forward and help yourself to be more productive, more successful, and just get native land. Education, lifelong learning. You want to go back to school, there's many, many programs where we can do that. Or, it's my favorite, are you a carefree floater? A carefree floater. Well, it looks like we have a lot of carefree floaters in here. Yeah, isn't that nice? It's nice to think of things from a positive point of view, because again, change happens and we can't prevent it. He needed to find something that was very important to him, and he went seeking the solution outside. Time, money, effort, and a lot of anxiety, and a lot of pressure. And when it turned out that that didn't work out, he came back in, and what I like to call, he came back into his box. He asked people who he knew for the solution. He asked friends, family, people who knew him to find out, did he need to go outside and seek and search? No, he didn't need to go outside of his group. He could find it inside. So I ask you, how often have you stopped and contemplated, where am I in my essence, in my solutions that are inside, where I don't have to go deeper and look outside? Sometimes we have to go outside, but being in the box can be a very important way of being able to refocus. And many times we hear the phrase, thinking outside the box. What does that mean to you when we think outside the box?
Open-minded, try something new.
Open-minded, try something new. Yeah, what does that mean to you?
Out of the comfort zone.
Out of the comfort zone. Okay, so it's okay to go out of the box. It's okay to go out of the comfort zone. It's okay to look and try things new. But we also need to remember, and that's really what I'm here today to remind you of, that we need to remember what's inside the box. Too much of the time we look outside for the solutions. We look outside and we spend time and money and effort and energy. We need to do both. It's the same as the ego and the essence. We need to combine inside the box and outside the box. But why? Why, I ask you, is it so difficult to stay positive? According to research, they say that thousands of thoughts swim around in our head daily. Thousands. What percentage of those do you think are negative? Call it out. 93, Ruth. Okay, that's pretty negative. Anyone else have an idea or thought? Well, yeah,
88%.
88. Oh boy, this is a negative group. But you're close. You really are close. They say 75% of the thoughts that run through our heads daily are negative. And so being positive is really a challenge. It's really a challenge. We're really tuned in to being negative. We're tuned in to being negative. So for me, I try to look at these 3 tips that I'm going to give to you today that can really help you to be positive. And why is it important to be positive? Well, researchers, Barbara Fredrickson, one of the researchers in her book Build and Broaden, says that we broaden our minds when we're more positive. Other researchers say that we can become livelier, more curious, more adventuresome, healthier, happier, and live longer. Don't we all want that? So my 3 tips for you are visualize with a prop, smile, and sing. Visualize with a prop is really very simple. Most people, how many of you know and visualize? Okay, most of you. Oh, fantastic. But sometimes when we're anxious and nervous, we can't call up that image that will make us feel good and make us feel happy. So I carry him around with me. And he makes me feel good. He makes me remember that I need to really visualize smiling and feeling good and being positive. Is to smile. Smile at everybody. Look at everybody in this room. Smile. Smiling is contagious. It makes us feel good. It brings up our energy. And lastly, what I invite you to do is to sing. I started this talk singing. I might not even have noticed what song it was. Why don't we all sing together?